Okay, so just like everyone else, I also watched Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max on Christmas Day. It was a bit longer than I expected it to be, about 2.5 hours, 10 minutes longer than the first one, and you felt it. It could have done without that opening scene, so that 10 minutes, I think it's about 10 minutes, that could have got taken off right there. Because even though I know what they wanted to do with the opening scene, they didn't just want to have another flashback. They were establishing some things. They established the gold armor. They established the theme in the movie. The theme in the movie was not taking the short path. But that was established pretty much right after that with the mall scene. And then the gold armor was reestablished later on between Diana and Steve. So it was kind of a pointless spectacle. And it was just another pointless excuse to hit you over the head with the themes and message of the movie, because they can't be subtle about anything, apparently. You get this in mainly DC movies, but it seems like it's kind of a comic book movie thing as well, but it's mainly the DC ones. But after the first about 20-30 minutes, I think that is, then the movie gets pretty good and it gets pretty interesting. I really liked Pablo Pascal as Max Lord. He was a tiny bit hammy, but that's not a problem. He's still really good. I like him as an actor, and that was the point, because the character is more of a TV personality anyway, and not a businessman, which he's trying to be. I could have done without Steve in this movie. There's no real need to have him there. I think that the point that they were trying to make was driven across with, again, the mall scene and with Kristen Wiig's character wishing on the stone to be like Diana and then being like Diana. Max Lord wishing really to be the stone. That he's able to grant wishes for everybody, and he is able to take their life force. And it was all conveyed right to you. There's really no point in padding the rest of the movie, but that's usually what they like to do. I really like the way they did the invisible plane, because it's not just, obviously in the TV show the whole thing turns invisible and she's just like floating through the air. They do that in the show, of course, just to convey that she's in a plane and for your benefit as a viewer. But I like that she made it invisible. It was this wasn't something from her culture. It was a plane that they borrowed. And I was about to do air quotes. I hate that. And she uses her powers to make it become invisible. It just disappears. And that was a really funny scene, though, too, with Steve and Diana.
The way I fly, they will never find us.
I forgot to tell you.
What?
Radar.
Will they shoot at us?
Well, shit, Diana. Just his delivery of that line was really, really good. But I really like that moment. Then the plane just disappears, and they did very much like the Invisible Jet in the X-Men movies, where you can still basically tell that it's there. It just isn't going to show up on radar. The Invisible Jet, you see the ripples of the water as it's flying over the water, so you can still see the remnants, I guess, the after effects of the jet flying through the air, but it's undetectable, which it was a really cool effect. It was simple and it was very effective. And when I watched it, I didn't see the end credits scene, actually, which is weird. I don't know if it was just in the theaters, because I didn't see it. If anyone else did see it on HBO Max, I don't quite understand why I didn't. But it looks like it was just a little Easter egg scene. It might have been might be a precursor to the next movie. I don't know, but it looked like that's pretty much all it was, it was neat. I've seen a little bit of what it is, and that was nice. A little bit of what it was. I think it was pretty short. It was, Linda Carter saving someone. Linda Carter in this. I guess this is a spoiler, but again, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen this. Linda Carter is playing the character that originally wore the gold armor that we see at the beginning of the film. And again, Gal Gadot is a really, really good Wonder Woman. I'm really glad that she is playing the role. Ultimately, I think this movie was what everyone was expecting it to be. Not mind-blowing. It definitely wasn't better than the first one, which is usually the case, because it was a little bit more ham-fisted. Like I said, it was a little bit cornier, a little hokier, but there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just it was definitely what everyone expected it to be. I have reason to believe. I haven't watched any other reviews on this actually, but just going by what I think people thought and comments from before it came out. Some things this movie is not. Terrible, a ridiculous disaster, amazingly bad. There's some absurdity, yes, but absurdity does not add up to all of those other things.
That's just a trash can.
It's just a trash can. Yeah.
So that's Wonder Woman 1984. I don't think I would buy it, whether on physical media or digital, which is how I bought the last one, because it was fun. It was a good watch. I'm glad I watched it, but it just isn't quite important enough to me to have, which is the reason I'll buy it on either. If I buy it physically, then it's important for me to have, and I feel like I should have it. If I buy it digitally, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I want to have it, but I don't care too much, Okay, thank you very much.